Hello, my name's Matthew. This is a letter to my ex. I never thought I'd have to make this video, but I find it necessary now in order to move forward with my life. I never got the chance to say what I felt I needed to say to my ex, so I made a little video of me reading a letter I wrote out to my ex, but my side. It's not what I want my channel to be about, and I am not making any other videos about this topic going forward. This is my goodbye letter, so I'm going to read it and move forward. Thank you. This is a letter to my ex. Dear Jake, you ghosted me. You knew that was the one thing that would get to me. You even promised me if we ever broke up, you'd never do that to me. So as much as I would have rather told you all of this on FaceTime between just us, I can't. You robbed that from me. And I cannot simply just print this out, mail it to you, and expect that you're going to have read this. How will I know? You ghosted me. So it's going to go up here where it can live forever. This is everything I wanted to talk with you about during our breakup so that maybe we could have at least worked on ourselves. But you don't do that without attacking me, patronizing me, Jake. And this letter may come off as a bit abrasive, but I am entitled to my feelings, as my experience reflects said feelings. You and Mandy used to make me feel stupid for posting my fitness stuff on TikTok. I was wanting and trying to use it to hold myself accountable on the daily, possibly network and make friends with similar goals. I started to get self-conscious when I'd want to make a post, eventually up until the point to where I stopped posting, stopped being active with my account and the friends I'd made, because God forbid I look stupid to Jake and Mandy. You guys are a bunch of haters. Y'all just smoke in your little corner and shit on everybody else you see on social media doing something with their lives, as if y'all are on some sort of pedestal. You're a troll and a goddamn good actor. I'm shocked you never actually pursued that. Here's some of the times I can think of just off the top of my head as examples of your aggression. You verbally abused me over my poor memory in multiple instances. When my memory got even worse after being drugged and raped, you didn't let off any. You were just as cruel. You have also manipulated me for my feelings, so don't act like what I said in the end to you out of desperation of losing you is the only bit of manipulation that happened in this relationship. You threatened to abandon me in a foreign city because I told you I didn't appreciate you storming off and not letting me get my Dunkin' Donuts experience in the UK. You lent into Mandy and Erica's shit-talking of others in the smoking area of the house, like I just said. One of the worst things for me was when I got off work, very excited to call you after a tough day, and I didn't get through. You ignored my call twice, and then I tried calling Mandy, and I was met with a "fuck off, Matt." Then you finally called back, blew up at me because I forgot y'all were going to be at Paul and whatever his partner's name's wedding. The same Paul that you both shit-talked and joked about behind his back, about him and his partner's age gap up until the wedding. Y'all talked so much shit about him. How do I know even supposed to know, care, or even remember when the wedding's going to happen? You still chose to blow up at me. Another one's when we ran into a friend that you knew from a long time ago, and the plans we had got deviated when I let you know that I was on vacation and I just wanted our time together. You got offended and upset, and you manipulated me to feel bad. You and the girls would put me to work when I was on vacation, just trying to relax and enjoy my time with you. You were supposed to buy our Amtrak tickets to go to Georgia, and you slept on that. Yet there are smaller things that I slept on that warranted a hellfire reaction out of you. Honestly, the Jacob I loved died long before we ever broke up. Or maybe he was just a sweet face you were putting on, and he never existed at all. Your sweetness and beauty outweighed the bitter ugliness you hid inside. And now, when I look back to think on it, you were actually very ugly to me. When I see the pictures of us together, I can't help but think, wow, how was I with that? How did I let someone and his best friend have this sort of power over me? I can't believe I spent so many years of my life feeding into y'all's negative hater bullshit. The Jake I know wouldn't have ghosted me for having a full-on mental breakdown. He would not have had me crying my eyes out in front of my apartment complex for everyone and all my neighbors to see because I didn't make it home in time to answer the phone for our final call to be somewhere a little more private. And when we had that final call, I saw you taking pleasure out of me telling you that I don't really have or feel like I have much of any real friends anymore. You smiled, you even chuckled, and you tried to relate my lack of friendship to our breakup, when it had nothing to do with that, and more so everything to do with my depression and shutdown that followed. And it's very self-centered thinking, Jacob, for you to think that. I think it's also disgusting and vile to take pleasure in someone else's pain. And the Jake that I loved never did that. Another reason why I think he must have been fake. And you showed me the true colors that I had only caught glimpses of in the past in that moment. But you know what? You win, Jacob. You got the reaction you wanted out of me. So bravo. Now go tease and torture you and Mandy's next prey. You've always been easy to upset, even though it has never been intentional. Which is why I especially got scared to talk to you towards the end. And now I'm besides myself. I look at our photos and I try to think of how happy we were on a certain day in a certain photo. But you know what I think when I see these photos instead? How frustrated you might have been that day with me, with the flight, with the food service staff we encountered that day. It really doesn't matter. There's always something. You need to get off whatever high horse you're on before you go on to date anyone else. You damaged me just as much as I damaged you. We aren't good for each other, and the Jake and Matt that we were have been dead for a very long time. At this point, I can't hate you. I can't love you. I feel indifferent. Because you won't, and will never see things the way that I saw them. Nor will you ever attempt. I'm still missing 2 paintings, my pillow, and a good few Deadpool comics. I'm not going to hold my breath anymore for them. Kindly leave out of my life, my mind, my body, and my soul. Season, reason, lifetime, eh? Y'all used to say that to me. And I'd say the reason we met is so that I never let anyone this close to my heart ever again. It's pretty obvious I hurt you because I initiated the breakup. But I tell you what, you never let me have the opportunity to say what I felt I needed to say that day on the phone with you. And now you have me blocked. So maybe you'll never hear this. I said it though, and that's what matters. Me a couple of weeks ago would have never said this or thought this. But thank God for therapy. Goodbye, Jake. Do better next time. Matt. P.S. I love you. We could have had it all, and now it's my turn to ghost you.